Computer. Okay, guys. Yay, I did it. Sorry that we're late getting started. I'm going to jump right in. So, most of you guys have seen the shareables that we got. We actually got like hard copies of these at Leaders Retreat. These are what are in your back office, and they're really great. These are just the glossy version. This talks to you about how to share about the opportunity for giving X Factor Kids. This is all of the information that's also in the shareables. I just sent it to a couple people tonight, so I know that it's working. And we just got a, what do you call it, a message in the Plexus Ambassador community page from Cindy Latham, our marketing director, chief marketing director, that the video that they showed at Leaders Retreat with Cindy Latham and Ame Darling, who's the nutritionist that we can't say she's a nutritionist anymore because she's a Plexus Ambassador. But anyways, most of you guys know who she is. But she and Cindy did a video, and that's in our shareables as well now. So that's really helpful to have that information there. Jenna, did you have the kids try them, or did you try them? Oh, wait, you didn't get them. That's right. Sorry. So I already ordered mine, and they're on their way. So I'm really excited to get them. I'm going to use one of them as a giveaway, maybe both of them as a giveaway. I'm not sure yet. But I'm using my trial pack. I'm giving some samples to somebody. I'm leaving it in their mailbox after the meeting, after this Zoom. I'm going to drive 35 minutes to your house and leave them in the mailbox tonight because I really want to get her this week. So we have the planner, that the incentive is done for the planner on the 27th. Jenna, do you know what time, or anybody, do you know what time that is on the 27th?
I think it's 11:30 p.m.
It's not more during the day?
I'd have to look, but I thought it was 11:30.
Somebody's writing in the chat. I could see Renee typing. Okay, well, we'll figure that out, and we'll make sure that we share that tomorrow, as far as with everybody, just reminding them if they have any questions, need any help with sealing the deal, doing three-ways, anything like that. We are totally on board with helping you guys get that done. So
it's 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Okay. I thought that it was a little bit earlier than the 11 o'clock, but has anybody on the call right now earned the planner yet?
Nicole
did. Yay, Nicole. She's not going to talk to us. We get it. It's okay. I was once shy. I think it was when I was 2 hours old. I was shy. Ever since then, I've not been shy, Nicole. So you will one day not be shy and will be leading Zooms just like this. I have no doubt in my mind. Anyways, all kidding aside, congratulations. That's really awesome. Nicole has gone silver this month. She's signed up obviously enough to get the planner and go silver. So she is rocking and rolling up in, is it Cortland? Yeah, okay, cool. Cortland, New York. So just wanted to also, the new back office is launching November 4th and 5th. So they will shut down on the 4th, reboot on the 5th. Like, I forget what time they said exactly that they're going to be shutting down, but I'm certain we'll get emails before then as far as like specifically like what time and whatnot. But I'm glad that they're doing it a couple days after the month end. And I think that's a lot to do with why the planner was only offered until the 27th. So it makes sense. And I thought it was just because it's month end and that's hectic time and whatnot. So it kind of makes sense for them to do it on the 27th and still, or not until like the very last second of the, the last hour of the last day, whatever. So, what else? Oh, big news for lots of you guys, because y'all are in the snow belt. Doesn't matter if you're in the Rockies or the Pennsylvania mountains, the Appalachians. I think they're the Appalachians. I don't even know. But anyways, that Super Saturday is going to be live streamed. So I'm really excited to, I'm either going to go to Irving, Texas, or maybe I'll go to Colorado and have a party in Colorado with Mel and her team up there. But we will see. It depends obviously on, the snow and getting to Mel's house. But I think it's a really smart idea that Plexus is doing this live stream. I think that we can totally capitalize on doing parties and still have a lot of momentum and excitement for Super Saturday. But strategically, it makes a lot of sense to do that live stream. So what do you guys think of that? Oh, I gotta unmute you. Hang on. Sorry. Okay. Anybody want to talk?
I think it'd be good to plan ahead, like the whole party thing, like the convenience of having it in your home and having it more, intimate, not maybe that word, but.
No, yeah, that's the right word.
Just having a few friends over that, have been sitting on the fence for a while and having some little snacks and hanging out, and that way you can answer any questions more one-on-one with them.
Yeah, I agree for sure. Anybody have any questions about this stuff so far that I talked about? Because I want to talk about any questions with the X Factor, kids, back office, Super Saturday, any of that stuff. I want to get that answered. Should we have PEEP move orders out away from this date? It's not a bad idea, but they didn't tell us that. But it's not a bad idea, and I know why you're asking that, Jim.
If you don't have a move, if they're a pretty finicky customer and they like their product on time, it might not be a good idea to give them a heads up, or just let them be aware that their shipping date might, it might take a couple extra days to get their product.
Right.
I
Could
would
be
not tell them
impacted.
that it will take a couple extra days to get their product, because we don't know that it will even affect that. And I just mean to say that I'm sure that corporate won't allow the back office changeover to affect anybody's ship out date. I will make sure to put in the Jules page, like asking that question, or just with the other leaders in the group chat that I'm in with some of the other Butterfly Jules, to ask them what their opinion is, or maybe just ask Jetty directly because he's a board member.
Okay.
Melissa, did you get your question answered, or were you satisfied with that?
Yep, with what Bree said, yeah, very satisfied.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people have been asking if we are going to recommend to stop the ProBio 5 and do the multivitamin now for the kids. And I fully believe that it's a personal preference, but if I had babies, I would not stop them off the ProBio 5 at all, because the chitosanate in that is what is helping so many people. I mean, not only the chitosanate, the enzymes too, but I feel like the formula is working, so why change it?
Yeah.
And the one thing that Bree said that was really good, and it made a lot of sense, was that the strands in the kid probiotic and the ProBio 5 are more sister. They're not exactly the same. So she had very little concern that it was going to be too much. Melissa, what do you think? Because you're a probiotic snob, in my opinion, too.
Yeah, I totally agreed with that. I thought that was, then you can just, if your kid wants that, the vitamin as well, you can still do that, and you're just helping. There's just, you okay?
Yep.
Okay.
It's the first wig. Sorry.
You're good. No, it's just more. It's good for kiddos. So yeah, I mean, I was thrilled with that response that she gave, and also just the information.
I should turn my camera off. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What was I gonna say? I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, it did say, did you guys see on the back, well, the sample on the back of the package, it says, for, let me read it right so I'm not saying anything wrong.
Does it have an age on it?
Yeah, it does. Suggested use, children 2 and 3 years of age take 1, and then 4 and up take 2. So that's, this is the little sample packet that they gave us. And they already asked in the Jules page if if they could, and it's got little foil things on the back, if we could get these to purchase. I don't know, it would be smart, but I don't know if they, want to go that route, or if they're just going to push the whole, it's a different flavor and it's got better ingredients and you can get your money back. I don't know. But the one thing, I think with the PV, does somebody have the PV number handy, what this is going to be?
It should be the same as the old one.
Should be, but I'm not 100% certain. I've got a copy of the slide. It just took me a second to get to it from the PowerPoint. Please hold. Almost there. Okay. Okay, so for ambassadors, it's $22.25. I don't know what it was with the old one. I've got a catalog right here. I can look and see. But what I was going to say is that it could be one of those products that you help push people over the $100 mark for the month. Instead of like, sometimes we'd say, oh, get a bag of 96. Well, clearly if they have kids, they should be getting, in my opinion, they should be getting this way over 96 any day for themselves. So that's just something to think about and to use as a oh, it doesn't say the PV in the book. Anyways, regardless, you guys get what I'm saying as far as we can utilize that to help, push people over. Oh, I want to tell you guys, I posted in our leaders chat for the Trailblazers team page, and we have a amazing contest for the month of November. I'm really excited to kind of just spoil you guys, especially after you were also understanding about the incident with the first VIP group. This is VIP 2.0, and it's going to be off the hook because it's going to be Christmas, and it's going to be just I don't want to say that the gifts from this one aren't, good, but it's just going to be a little bit better because it's Christmas time, and I want to spoil you guys because Jesus spoils me with my business, so I want to spoil you guys. So that will be announced probably this weekend to get people kind of geared up and pumped up for it. It'll start the 18th. I think that's what I did. So it could be like the 12 days of Christmas, and then we won't have one on Thanksgiving Day. But we'll have it every other day from the 18th through the 30th, have a live with somebody talking like we did the last time. And the thing that I switched up this time is that I'm going to require people to have $100 of their own products, because I just had it at $100 in sales, and I feel like if you're not being consistent yourself and ordering yourself, that's not necessarily, something I want to promote, because I mean, I get it when there's tight months, and you can't necessarily order, but it just, to do this extra, to be a part of this extra contest, I wanted to do that. So, any of you guys, I'm trying to see who's on. If any of you guys have any ideas for the grand prize. I have one right now, but I don't know if I'm going to save that for something else. I did the Amazon dot for the last one, but if you guys have ideas for something else, let me know, because if some people aren't techie, I want it to be like cool for other non-techie people, because I'm not a tech person, but the one gift that I have is really cool, I think. So if you got any ideas, shoot them to me in a message. I am going to go over the highlights from John Maxwell. Guys, he was amazing. Jenna, I want you to just kind of talk about what you thought of him first, and then I'm going to pick up the slack of whatever you don't share.
I knew you were going to do that, and I left my notebook out in the thing, so give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
I clicked something on here.
This is a really good mug. I don't know what else to talk about, so I'm just showing you the mug. It has Ebenezer's. I got it at Ebenezer's Coffee House, which is Mark Batterson, the author of The Circle Maker. I got it at his coffee shop in Washington, D.C. when I went there 2 years ago for a leaders retreat. Okay. Go, Tam, girl. You just muted yourself. You're muted.
All right. I think I'm ready now.
All right, I'm going to mute everybody else.
All right. So I guess one of my biggest takeaways is no matter how many speeches he's done and I can't even remember how many books he's wrote. I think like over 80.
It's an insane number. Yeah.
And he speaks to not only like people like us in network marketing, but football teams. Like he's just an amazing inspiration, but yet he's constantly learning and growing himself still to this day after doing all of those presentations and book writings. Like he's currently revising one of his books that he wrote. I actually have it. I don't remember what one it was, but he said it and I wrote it down. Do you remember the name of it that he's redeveloping?
Leaders Qualities 2.0 or something like that. Leadership Qualities 2.0.
Something like that. Hang on. Sorry. I wasn't prepared. I was hoping you wouldn't do this to me tonight. But anyway, he's redeveloping it, and he said to us that 80% of the book is no longer valid, that he's revising basically the whole book. So it's just really important for us to constantly, and this is something I really need to take to heart and do more of myself, is personal development and growth. If we're not doing that, we're not going to grow as leaders, and even throughout life. What he spoke on, my husband went with me, and even with his line of work, he took away so many things for what he does. I mean, it's something that we can apply for our children, our marriages, our work, everything. So when we're learning and growing, not only for the business side of things, we're learning and growing for just daily life lessons. And some of the smartest people out there, like for good example, I mean, I speak so highly of her anyway because she's so knowledgeable, but Brienne has gotten, I feel like, to where she is with her knowledge base and her leadership skills and everything because she's a bookworm. She's constantly pouring into herself with knowledge and trying to improve, her ways of thinking and leading, and just she's super, super smart because she's constantly learning and growing with things like that. So I think the more that we can pour into ourselves that way, the better we're going to be off. And it's something I need to really just hunker down and do. It's really hard for me to force myself to sit in the recliner and read a book. And it's just something I need to do more of.
I know, Renee, why don't you share about what you do with the whole reading thing?
I forced myself.
No, but what do you use? You don't read.
Oh, I use Audible.
Yes.
I use Audible. Like whenever I'm in the car, I turn it on. I don't have the radio. I don't ever listen to the radio anymore. I use Audible because I can't force myself to sit down and read either because I feel like I sit there and then I'm like, oh, I have laundry to fold. Or so instead, while I'm folding laundry, I listen to a book.
And I do that too. I bought the it's like a Bluetooth thing for my phone, and I have the Audible on my phone, and I do have a couple books. So I'll be doing laundry and have my little Bluetooth thing in and listen to books that way, or old Zoom meetings and stuff like that. So that is a really good idea.
Yeah, it's perfect because I just can't force myself to sit down.
It's hard.
I know Jimmy's in the car driving, and he does the same type of thing. I don't know if he listens to books, but he'll listen to videos and stuff like that too. Jim, do you have any other insight that you want to share?
No, because that's the biggest thing I struggle with too. I hate reading, and if I sit down at nighttime and do it, it puts me to sleep.
Me too.
All right, we're going to all get out an index card tomorrow morning. I'm modeling this right now, okay? And we're going to write on the index card, I love reading. And we're going to put it in our bathroom mirrors, and we're going to make ourselves an affirmation because we are leaders. Every single person on this call and the ones that are going to be listening are taking the time to grow, so they're leaders. They're going to make a new affirmation that says, I love reading. And we're going to hang it wherever we will see it the most. If it means your rear view mirror in your car, do it where it's legal. Put it in there, Jimmy, because I know you don't stand in your bathroom mirror and do your hair like, you know, I do or Cindy does or whatever. Melissa, you can put it like on your hiking backpack or something because you don't stand and do your hair either. So
Jenna, what's the earpiece that you've got? The Bluetooth earpiece. What is it?
I got it on Amazon. It's just it hooks inside my ear and it has a little speaker on it, so I can answer my phone or hit play, and it has a volume button. I think I paid like $24 for it.
They've got these things that go around your ear or around your neck. And
yeah, somebody who has.
Jesse and Amy swear by those things. And my friend Toy, you saw him on Toy and Wayne probably at Leaders Retreat because they wear theirs all the time. Toy wore it to bed last night because I stayed in her hotel room and I was like, Toy, aren't you going to take your thing off? She's like, no, I sleep with it on. And I'm like, okay. It's like sleeping with a bra on. I don't know why people do it, but the little earbuds go in your ear. Like you pull them out of that thing and you put them in your ear. So yeah, you can do that. You can use like the little headphones like I use, whatever. But yeah, so we're all gonna do that, and I want you guys to be good role models. And in the sharing from the heart page tomorrow, I want to see all your guys' affirmations. Just post it. I'll do mine first thing in the morning, and y'all do yours underneath that in a thread. Okay. The book that he is revamping is
It's coming out in February.
Developing the Leader Within You, version 2.0. It's the 25th anniversary. 89% revised. What else? So I'm not going to go over everything because he talked about the 5 levels of leadership, which he has a whole book on. But that was really, really good. I will copy and paste these. Excuse me. And he did have a really good graphic where he put like the pinnacle steps of the 5 levels of leadership. And so I will share that in the sharing from the heart page. But it was, I mean, anything. Melissa, she just got a book the other day. Did you check your mail? Yeah. Okay. Melissa just got a John Maxwell book. Renee just got a John Maxwell book. Like, he is somebody that all of us could, you know, and I know Dilly has at least 4 or 5 of them that I know of off the top of my head that I've seen in the house when I've been there.
I think they are all audio available too, that you can either download the version onto your phone or computer, or you can get the DVD or CD.
The one that I just sent to Renee that I really liked about it was that it had like actual spots to write things down because it was actually changing your positive thinking. So I'm sure there's a spot in there where she could write, I love listening to my books. And it's really helping me grow. Which I've noticed a difference. Like I you guys know me, like I'm not one to buy like purses and gadgets and things like that, like, but I can guarantee that almost every person on this call has gotten a book from me at one point or another, or 50. And that's just something that I feel like if you want to be growing, then you will be. So, Jenna, anything else that you feel like we didn't cover from Leaders Retreat?
I mean, all of my notes are on the 5 levels of the leadership. I mean, he was just super relatable. Like everything he said was easy to follow along. So he's definitely somebody that I recommend listening to, because there's some speakers that I have a hard time connecting with and getting on the same level and page, and he's just super easy to follow.
And he's humorous. Like he's so super humorous. Very funny.
I didn't realize how comical he was.
Yeah. So anytime you're listening, like can listen to videos, Jim, like you'd get a kick out of him. And
Go ahead.
my other new favorite dude to listen to is big old black boy from Dallas. I think he's from Dallas. His name is TD Jakes. I am sure that I've sent at least one of his like motivational things to you guys. This is what he looks like. Kind of looks scary on the cover there, but this is my new devotional. It's about your destiny, and he's really, really great. He gets all fired up, and I'm talking like a Southern woman in a charismatic church, lifting my hands, saying amen and hallelujah. So he gets me going. Anybody else have any authors or motivational people that they really like to listen to that they want to share for anybody that's going to be listening to this later on?
As far as network marketing or just in general?
Anything.
I really like Sarah Robbins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's good. She actually had an email today that went out about 3-way calls.
Another thing that I really want to start doing more of is 3-way calls or 3-way Zooms.
Okay.
Did they say anything on Saturday about when they were releasing the winter catalog with the new because somebody messaged me today wondering when they were going to be available, that somebody had one, but I tried looking online and there's still summer ones.
I asked whoever it was that messaged you and so they could find out like directly from that person, but I haven't seen anything, and I haven't seen or read any chatter in the Jules page about that either.
Okay.
I can try
There
and
was
post
somewhere in the back office that I saw it, but it was only like PDF, like you can buy it. Because when I was going over the back office with one of my new girls, she was like, "Oh, this says winter catalog."
That is in the winter catalogs in the shareables, but I didn't know, because I saw that about a week ago, but I didn't know if the new chewables was in the one that they had.
I didn't look to see if it was.
I'll look.
One of my favorite authors is Brene Brown. I just started reading Daring Greatly again, and it's just like coming home because I've read it so many times. It's just amazing.
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm actually reading that for the first time. I listened to Daring Greatly on my way back from Pennsylvania in September back here to Oklahoma. The audio of it the whole way back, and it was amazing. Braving the Wilderness is her newest one.
The shareables is still summer product catalog too. So if it was up, they may have pulled it back down because of the release of the chewables to update the digital one.
Okay. Has anybody else got anything? Oh, anything besides product information that you guys want to see in the Sharing from the Heart page?
I guess as far as that goes, do you guys want me to do, or us to do, as far as product information, like some posting, like just where I share a graphic with educational information on the products, or do you want to do like a Zoom with a slideshow? What would be better as far as, I didn't know if it would be better to just put the product information up so it would be up forever. You just would have to search the product in the search bar on that specific group, so it could take you to the information on that product, or if you wanted me or her to do a slideshow that you'd have to watch to get to that product information. I mean, it's all at our fingertips in our back offices and in the Plexus Power Tools. I mean, I'd be basically doing the slideshow from Plexus Power Tools.
Right. And I think that we have better time well spent on like maybe doing like a power hour instead of like a Zoom about that. If anybody's interested in doing a power hour during the day, let me know, or at night, let me know. Just in all honesty, I don't think I shared it in here. I shared it in our Trailblazers leaders chat of an example of a recorded power hour, so people kind of had an idea of what that looks like. I'll try to find that and post that in the sharing from the heart page, just so people, the new people especially, or anybody that's never done one, have a really good example and a tool to utilize when trying to train their downline on what a power hour is and the benefits of it, and just how to break it down.
When I first started this, I was like a sponge because I wanted to know the information in and out. And I know one way that I grew my self-confidence was really digging for the information, and I would do flashcards because I'm not one that I can just like glance at something and memorize it. Like I almost have to embed it in myself by doing it over and over and over again. So I did flashcards on every single product, like the benefits, the features, a couple of the main ingredients, how the product worked, why the product worked. And I would just study those flashcards, a couple times a week. And that's where I built my self-confidence to where I got more comfortable doing sip and sees. And even just, I talk almost, it's funny because my job just picks on me because I've gotten a couple customers at my office where I'm a dental hygienist. When I'm going over health histories, I really have to be careful. I've asked my doctors, my bosses, if it's something that they're comfortable with me doing. And certain people I really have to feel out so they don't feel that I'm just doing a sales pitch, that I really am truly trying to pour into them like information that I think would benefit them. But that's something I never would have been comfortable doing without really knowing the product information in and out. And the only way you're going to learn it is if you take the time to learn it. I can't teach it. I can't, you know what I mean? Like, we can give you the information on the products, but until you guys really study the information and the ingredients and how and why the products work, the only person that can do that is you guys. Not necessarily you guys, but people that wanted the information on that page.
To get to your flashcard thing, which is really cool, the starter kits, the ones in between now, have those cards, which are great. So can they be printed out with the new style that's only online or not?
That's a good question.
I mean, I haven't even opened the new starter kit online to see.
No, me either.
Yeah, so we would just have to look at it and see. And I actually have a couple of ambassadors that have fallen off that I'm certain would give me those flashcards. So that
would be really awesome, because I've got a couple people who only want the paper copies. They're not computer people, so.
Well, and it comes down to as well, like, remember when we had that success guide that some of us printed out and had in a binder? Mm-hmm. It just may be something that you sit them down and like help them do.
Over this weekend we gave ours away, so it's.
Yeah,
we get our hands on more.
Still, right. Like you have the option to go in there and print that out. Still, it just doesn't have the information for the vital biome, which the cards aren't going to either. Maybe I can see about getting on Etsy and seeing if I can come up with some up-to-date product cards to download, and then just
maybe there may be something in the Power Tools as well.
There is, and it's a document called, I probably can't share my screen, can I?
No, I think only I can.
That's fine. If we
but
know
anyway,
it's there.
There's a document in there called, let me get the name of it for you. and it's called, you can do individual product things. So like they have one right now for the new chewables. They have one for the old X Factor, new X Factor, just the Slim. They have one for the Triplex, the Vital Biome. Like they have an information sheet and it breaks down the benefits, the features, the ingredients, everything.
Good.
And then there is one that's for all the products. It's like 30 pages long, but if you staple it together, they can flip through that. I mean,
there's your binder right there, right?
Yep.
But it's all right there in your at your
Awesome.
fingertips.
Awesome.
So when you guys use that Plexus Power Tools, it is kind of a pain because you would think that you could just click on the documents. Like once you log in, you go to documents and it has like product information. If you click on a product or a file that you want, it automatically downloads it to your computer. So it's really best to use like a laptop or a computer versus your phone or a tablet or a phone or an iPad or something like that, because you're going to want to be able to like pull up whatever it's saving to, like your Word or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for some reason, like Cindy's computer, I don't know if it's like an inscription error or something that she's getting, but she can't open the files. So I don't know if she has cookies or something blocking it from opening. We haven't quite figured that out, but I haven't had a problem with it, and I use it every single day. They have graphics, they have testimonials, they have like my online events. I get the scripts, the graphics, everything is from Plexus Power Tools.
Oh, do you guys want to do like how do we want to do like an online event this month for prospects? Do we want to do an event so that way we can include the whole team? Instead of doing them in individual pages, like y'all can do that in your individual pages, but do you want a collective one too for me to run in the month of November? I don't have to. I mean, I just want to put it out there that I don't mind doing that for you guys.
I think that the only thing with doing something like that, I'm finding that once I add them to the like my what if page, my potential group for all of my team or whatever that I have going on, and then I add them to another group or an event, they feel like they're overwhelmed with either notifications or groups or something like that.
If
I'm
we
really
have
the limit.
Okay, that's fine. And I think there's enough people that don't have that, knowledge base to add them to that yet. And so I'll put that out there for anybody that wants to participate, and maybe see if I can get some people to do live ones, because I think that people really like the live videos too, like when we do the live testimonials.
I'm not a fan of the live, only because I can never get them to play all the way through without freezing.
I know.
So what I do is I pre-record my testimonial and then upload it.
That works too.
Only because I have a heck of a time with internet connection of getting them to play without freezing up.
Yeah.
And if you mess up, you can, fix it. I don't like live just because I'm afraid I'm going to say something I shouldn't.
Roll with it, kid.
Okay, I'm going to go if anybody doesn't have anything else.
Nicole, I'll be in touch with you because we're going to set up a three-way Zoom with Aaron. And if Cindy, if you have anybody you want to do a three-way Zoom with, or if you want to just do one with my pretty face, let me know.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, what I'm doing is I'm calling my new people, but it's like even just with trying to call, it's like everybody's busy and they're like they got 3 minutes, but can't remember who it was, but anyway, but I am doing more. Anybody that signs up, I call them. So, but it's like trying to find some time for them. I mean,
are you getting better responses calling versus messaging?
I do it after they join. I say I want to talk with you, and I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to say. It's like they like squeezed me in for like 2 minutes. Like, seriously, geez, you don't have 10 minutes for me? It's like, but anyway, I don't know. I thought that might be helpful, but I'm trying.
I think it's a great idea. I think that the more you do it and the more that like you do your follow-up phone calls with them, you know what I mean? Like instead like making the phone calls like a follow-up thing, they'll get more used to it and they'll be like, oh, okay, well, she really wants to help me. You know what I mean? Like they just might be like, okay, this is weird at first because they've never had that experience before. So once they see that that's like your thing and you really want to build a relationship and help them, then I think that you'll get a better response as you go a little further into it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I was just going to do one, and then I text them all the time. And that one video was excellent about, like, because I was doing things exactly what she said not to. How are you feeling? Do you have any questions? And she's really good about have you bowel habits changed at all? Do you specific things where they have to answer? Because even when I did that, I was like, okay, I'm going to try that, and then I get no.
Well, think about too, like where we were at when we started and the responses that we gave to people too. So just
not everybody wants to talk about poop.
Yeah,
or feels comfortable. Like I have my cousin who has been on the products like 5 months, and his girlfriend calls me. Okay, he's not pooping, and I texted him that morning, "How you pooping, buddy?" "I'm doing fine." And then his girlfriend calls me like that this afternoon while I'm at work. "He's not pooping. What do we do?" So I'm like, he just doesn't want to tell me what's going on. So some people aren't comfortable with it. So
just carry the poop emojis wherever you go, and everyone's comfortable. Trust me.
In Jimmy's world, they are.
But,
well, good, Cindy. I'm glad you're doing that. That's a really great idea, and I definitely am going to adapt that to be calling people on the phone, because I've done every gamut of things, but calling them is not one that I do on a regular basis. So I need to get better with that myself.
Well, as soon as when they sign up, well, and I've only started that since that video, since your thing that you had on there.
Yeah.
So I've only had 2, so it's not like a big. But like, and for both of them, it was like pulling teeth to try to make an appointment. To give me time.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, keep it up. Keep up the good work. And I really love how you're sharing right now. I think you're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
I do too. Bravo.
Well, sometimes, but you get a dry, like right now I'm like, oh, I can't, I'm dry, creative juices weren't always there.
I think that, one thing that I'm trying to teach Jenna and that I've seen other people do, it's not like I had this epiphany myself, but I've watched other people do, is I will take pictures and then save them for later and use a story later on. So like that picture that I put up with Aaron today with the boob thing, with the breast pump, sorry, Jimmy, and that was like back in September when Josiah was born, but I'm like, that's going to be a funny one. I don't know what it's going to be. And then I needed a picture to use about the kids' vitamins today. And I was like, well, they all know that I'm obsessed with my nephews and my nieces, so I'm just going to use their pictures to talk about the multivitamins. So because I don't have any of my own kids, I'm going to steal Dilly's to, capitalize on not using ads, and because people got more likes, and they sure as heck got a lot more likes because I had the picture of the breast pump today. So I wouldn't have gotten 54 likes on a Plexus vitamin post had that kid not had the breast pump in his hand. I can tell you that.
Yeah, you definitely have to be creative, and where Cindy has grown, like even sometimes it's better not to use a graphic per se and just do a post, because as soon as you put a Plexus graphic up, people are scrolling.
Yep.
If you put a picture of you or your kid or somebody that's had like a change in pictures or whatever, a testimonial picture, they might be intrigued about it. But if you keep it comical or cutesy or something that's just going to catch their eye, they're more apt to look at it. But as soon as they see a Plexus post, they're scrolling.
Hey,
and some of the Plexus posts are really cute. I mean, the graphics, I love them, and I do use them a lot because some of them are just really cute and cool.
Okay.
And once in a while, I think that's fine. But to do that every single day, you're just gonna get scrolling.
So the one thing that I've learned too, not just that it's not going to respond, like your audience isn't going to respond. The other thing too to remember is that Facebook knows whether or not it's a graphic that you make or like a picture with like some added things. Like Renee and Devin do these collage things, and Jimmy does, Jenna does, and I used to, but I really just use main one picture. I don't write on them anymore. But Facebook knows that if it's a otherwise created
like
picture,
a Pinterest
not your
picture.
own, I guess
Right.
is what I'm trying to say. Well, not even just Plexus, because like it could be, like one
Pinterest.
from
Like just
Pinterest.
like a.
Oh yeah, did you say that? Sorry. But yeah, but the one thing that I was going to ask you, Cindy, you had a really great post the other day about you and Jim at the beach. And I was going to ask if I could use that testimonial, but I wanted to ask, what is that noise? Do you guys hear that?
A mouse in your closet.
Sorry, it's something outside. What did you say, Jenna? It's what?
Nothing.
No, just tell me. I don't care.
A mouse in your closet.
I've gotten a lot better. Okay, Cindy, what I wanted to ask you is, I don't know, don't be offended by me asking you this, and if you don't want me to use this piece of it, then that's fine. But I want to target women that are over 45, 50. I don't know.
Am I over 50?
25.
Am I over 50, did you ask?
I don't know how old you are, and I don't want to make you mad.
Darling, I'm over 60. I'm
Okay, all right. Well, I want to target like old, in the. Are you baby boomers? I'm trying not to put my foot in my mouth.
It's okay. Just talk. I don't care. I am so not offended. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, the older women. Okay, go ahead.
And the benefit that you see, because everybody looks at like just my weight loss testimony and they think that they're too old to lose weight. I hear that all the time. Well, after a certain age, you're not going to lose weight like you do when you're younger. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think that's a pile of malarkey. So I wanted to use like your testimony and talk about the things, I've got a couple of them saved that you've done, and I'm just going to piece it all together in the ones that I know would target the women that I'm specifically trying to like go after. So I just wanted to make sure that was okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And my philosophy is, though, I truly believe that for us older people, it takes longer because our body has been abused longer.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
I mean, I just really, really believe that. And
I could see that.
And I've got my very first customer, God love her, she's still with me, but she is not losing weight. And I saw a picture of her the other day on Facebook, and I talked to her about, but anyway, she's very consistent. She drinks her water, but I saw her picture the other day and I'm like, crap, it looks like she's gained weight.
So how is she feeling though, Cindy?
She will always stay on Plexus because her mouth was always dry, and now her mouth isn't dry. She does feel better, but I can tell, like, as I still check in with her. It's been 2 years, but I know she's frustrated because she's not losing weight. And then, and I'm sure and I have to do it, and I am not bragging, as we all know what we have to do. But I'm putting pictures on and I'm saying my clothes are loose, and I'm sure she's thinking, well, screw you, because they're not loose for me.
Well, but is she changing how she
implement
eat? Like, is she exercising? Because if she's not doing those things, it's not going to work for her. Like, you've got to move. Because you can't tell me that you are not any more active now than what you were before Plexus, because you can move better. So obviously you specifically are more active.
Yeah, but I'm going to be honest with you. All I do is even if it's cold, and today I didn't do it because it rained, I walk a mile a day. That's all I do. And that's about the same as what I did before. I'm honest with you.
A lot of 60-year-olds can't walk a mile a day because they can't.
Well, maybe.
So that's a huge.
And I also think too that like when I see you there with the kids, like obviously how many 60-year-olds will get down and roll down the hill? You know what I mean? And then walk back up, or like as active. So even, you know what I mean? Like give yourself a little credit, because I feel like you do more than maybe just a mile a day, but maybe not. Maybe you intentionally do a mile a day, but I guarantee you're doing more than that.
Right. Yeah. Well, when I'm with the grandkids, but yeah, I think it is harder and I know she's doing everything right, because she's really trying, but like I said, she feels good about Plexus, and she referred a couple people to me who dropped out after like a month, but I know she loves it because of the little things, and that's the exact same thing for me. It's the little things. I don't have a big wow testimony like a lot of people do, but it's wow for me.
I think wow enough that like people are still coming and talking to you about it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
4 years, and I'm still getting people that I never thought would message me. It's just got to be in their time. Yeah. They've got to be ready, and if they're not ready, they're wasting your time and your time.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
You can pour into people until you're blue in the face, but until they're ready to process it and analyze it and do something about it, you're wasting your time.
Well, you're not wasting your time in the sense that like you're still edifying them, but to think that like you're doing something wrong, that's not the way to look at it, because it's really just about them.
That's more what I meant, not necessarily wasting your time with them.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Thanks,
I just wanted to correct, so anybody that watches this, don't think that we think that. So,
that's not what I meant.
Jimmy, did you have something else to say while us broads were talking?
Nope, just listening to the cackling.
Okay. What else are you going to do on a Monday night at 10 o'clock?
I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, me too.
No, we're all going to go get our book, and we're going to read for 15 minutes, and then we can go to bed.
Okay, Mom.
Okay.
I'm going to find my note card and put it on the mirror.
Okay.
5 minutes? Will you give her 5 minutes to read tonight? You've got books to read, because I'd give them to you.
I got lots of books to read.
Okay.
We'll go dust one off with me, because I'm going to go dust mine off. And let's go read. Uh-oh. Somebody's awake, so I'm going to go.
Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks for getting on tonight. I really appreciate it. And recording.